You grant us a worldwide, irrevocable, non-exclusive, royalty-free license to use, reproduce, adapt, publish, translate, and distribute your user content in any existing or future media. Oh boy. Anker, ooh, you got some splaining to do. Let's talk about it. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and if you're new here and you enjoyed that cold open, make sure to leave a like and get subscribed. We have an Ankermake M5C, and it will be an upcoming live stream, but this was something that someone sent to me. Actually, a few of you sent it to me, so thank you for those of you that go through privacy policies before I get the chance and do the hard work for me. This is Ankermake's current privacy policy that you get when you install their software. There's a bit of a wrinkle to this one because I contacted Ankermake and some things have changed and some things are going on. Maybe we should talk about Anker, the Ankermake M5C, and this privacy policy and why a lot of it is kind of BS, but it's also boilerplate. And there are no excuses for it. So let's rewind the clock a little bit. Anker, a company that isn't new to making consumer electronics, recently came out with a 3D printer, the M5, which objectively not a bad printer, although it's a really pretty looking Ender 3 that runs Clipper, right? That's pretty much what we get with the Ankermake M5. In fact, I looked at one that was sent to us by a fan. Anker did not sponsor that video, but we'll card to it so you guys can take a look. Anker has quite a few brands surrounding them, including Soundcore, Eufy, Nebula, Ankermake, which is the 3D printer sector of it, Roav, sure, Zolo, which is now defunct, Boulder, and Carapax, which is also defunct as well. This is according to their Wikipedia page. Anker, though, has a bit of a bad history when it comes to data collection. And all we have to do is search for Anker and Eufy, and we can see all the things regarding Eufy cameras owned by Anker that had some issues with their security, and Anker lied about it. So when we read this statement regarding a completely royalty-free license to utilize user content, which is described as material, including without limitation text, images, audio materials, video materials, and audiovisual material that you submit to the service for whatever purpose. Yeah, I got a little bit upset. This is the same BS from the same company that's lied about it before and said, oh no, we're not doing it, but they are. So what did we do? I called him because Anker actually has a phone number. And I said, hey, what the actual heck is going on with your terms of service? The person said, not the right department. We'll get you to the right department. So they emailed us. They said, we want to assure you that customer privacy is our utmost priority. Okay, that's statistically not true, but sure. In regards to the issue you have raised, we have forwarded your information to our security department. They are currently reviewing the matter you reported, and as soon as we receive any updates from progress from them, we will promptly share them with you. All right. Cool. From there, I kind of dig this. The section you referred to in our terms of use primarily pertains to comments, replies, and chat records that you post while using our products and services. It does not specifically refer to the user's private information or personal creative content. The problem is, it includes without limitation, but, you know, sure, it's in writing, so I got that at least. Regarding the aspect that involves users' personal information, rest assured that we strictly adhere to our privacy policy and all relevant legal regulations to protect your privacy. Additionally, when it comes to using users' creative content, we always comply with applicable laws and regulations. We sincerely apologize for any misunderstanding that our terms of use may have caused. There is no misunderstanding. It's just you guys chose to use boilerplate terminology and got caught doing it. And I'm going to continue to call you out for this. But this kind of actually gets a little bit better. The terms of use have been adjusted. Thanks again for letting us know. And son of a gun, they updated them. Here are the brand new Anker terms of service. Anker did actually change it. Instead of user content, it now says reviews, comments, communication, and other content. Now, what exactly is defined as other content is not exactly well known here, but let's read it together and see what we have to say. In this agreement, your user content means material, including without limitation text, images, audio material, video material, and audio-visual material that you post on our platform or any public forum and platforms for the purpose of reviewing, commenting, or providing feedback on our products, services. That's a big one. Because if you're not providing a review, comment, or feedback, this really shouldn't apply to you. But number 9 was the big one regarding data collection. So let's dig a little bit. You grant us a worldwide, irrevocable, non-exclusive, royalty-free license and sub-license right to use, reproduce, adapt, publish, translate, and distribute your user content in any existing or future media in connection with the services in Anker's business, including for the purposes of promoting and redistributing part or all of the services. The license does not grant any rights or permission to make use of your content independent of the service. You also grant us the right to bring any action for infringement of these rights against third party with your express permission. Very boilerplate, right? If we take this statement and we search on Google for it, we can find lots of ones that effectively cover the same thing, right? Oh, look, Soundcore, owned by Anker. IMAX, not owned by Anker. SEC. I don't like 3-letter organizations. But again, very normal boilerplate stuff here. You warrant that the user content is not illegal or unlawful and does not infringe on any third party's legal rights and must not be capable of giving rise to legal action, whether against you or us or a third party, in each case under any applicable law. You must not submit any user content to Anker services that is or has ever been the subject of any threatened or actual legal proceedings or other similar complaints. We reserve the right to edit or remove any material submitted to Anker services or stored on our servers or hosted or published upon Anker services. This is a big shift, but it's like they just kind of adjusted this, right? They changed user content to reviews. I still don't feel all puppy dogs and sunshine, because what is defined as post to our platform or any public forum and platforms for the purpose of reviewing, commenting, or providing feedback on our product service? So if I make a video on YouTube, am I immediately granting Anker the right without limitation to use it? Because I am decidedly not doing that. It's my protected work. You can't use it without my consent. And this whole worldwide, irrevocable, non-exclusive, royalty-free license and sub-license doesn't sit well with me. This is part and parcel of what we do now when we look at new companies to potentially work with. And Anker, with their brand new M5C, has been one that's caught my attention. Unfortunately, it requires an internet connection because the printer has no screen. Live stream coming soon, TM, get subscribed. The printer is already here. I just gotta get the time to do it. There are a couple of streams that we have to do, but that one is on my list because, well, I'm gonna give Anker some time to kind of respond here, because unfortunately, Anker has a bit of a bad history of not listening. And while I am really, really glad that one phone call and a couple of back and forth emails got some change made, this is a good thing, to be very clear. We have a discourse open. I have given them a way to book time in my calendar. So I look forward to talking with you about this, Anker. But your history in not giving a damn about people's data doesn't sit well with me. If you don't know the story of Anker and Eufy, we'll link to a Linus Tech Tips video where they actually talk all about why they fired Anker as a main channel sponsor. If you do watch Linus Tech Tips, you'll notice you haven't seen Anker there recently. It's because they behaved badly. They got caught doing it. They lied about it. Then they got caught lying about it. Naturally, I would say, you know what? It's a new company. I'll talk to them. I'll see if we can get something resolved. But Anker is not a new company and has a history of abuse here. This is partly one thing to say, hey, if you're gonna buy an Ankermake M5C, be careful, because we don't know yet the extent of the user data that they're collecting and why. And to also say, Anker, I've got my eye on you, and you guys have an opportunity to actually produce a cool product here. The Ankermake M5 is not a bad printer. I think it's a little pricey for a V-wheel bed slinger clipper 3D printer, and honestly, the screen going up and down on the Z-axis, while interesting and I know is a massive cost savings because now the camera can be right there, is a little bit weird because I don't always know, like, I know where I can click on any of my other printers and know that that's the screen. On the Ankermake, I have to look for that quarter of a second to figure out where the screen is again. And I know that's just such a dumb thing, but it's just one of those things. And while the Ankermake M5C might have the ability to print from USB, we're not 100% sure on that yet, something that we will be testing in a live stream. But if your printer requires an internet connection, requires to be connected to a computer or a phone, and has access to the data from that, what exactly are you collecting and why? We have a right to know as users, and while I may not live in the European Union, there are plenty of users and fans that do. We are more than happy to have them look at it. That being said, I want to give Anker the ability to make this right, and then test it to make sure they actually do make it right. Part of this deal is that everybody has to play by the rules, not just because you're a big company, but because you want to play in this industry. There are rules that you must follow. So I'd love to know from you guys out there, did you or have you thought about getting an Ankermake M5C? Joel Telling just did a live stream on it. I watched right until he started to print. Then I said, all right, I gotta go, because I gotta remain as impartial as I possibly can when looking at it. But I will tell you, stuff like this, especially when it looks like this, makes me really challenge my ability to be impartial when it appears that a company is behaving badly. And again, if you were a brand new company, I could look past it and say, yeah, you know, it's a new company. It's just boilerplate nonsense. They just copied it from Google because literally it's, you know, tons of different places have it, right? So it is just a boilerplate statement. But this is not a first-time manufacturer in the 3D printing space. This is Anker. I would normally give companies the benefit of the doubt, but Anker has proven that they cannot be given that. So we will continue to update you guys, but I wanted to get this video out there. And I recognize this isn't the normal video that you guys like to see from us, but I believe it is incredibly important to understand your rights and understand what you're signing up for. Because, oh yeah, you don't have access to this file unless you actually look at and download and install their software. Now, thankfully, they have updated things, and I like that, but we still have a way to go. I find that privacy policies and terms of use are woefully vague, and it leaves a lot open to interpretation. And I don't want that interpretation to be your 3D model data, whether you're doing something legal or not. It's not my business. It's not the manufacturer's business. It is nobody's business but yours. And the last thing I want are people snooping around seeing what I'm printing, whether or not it's anything that I have to hide. So I'd love to know what you guys would like to see change in this terms of use and privacy policy in those comments down below, because, well, theoretically, I've got an upcoming call with Anker, assuming they book some time. If not, we'll work back and forth via email, and we will report back to this when we do the Ankermake M5C stream. Because I think until we have a resolution to this terms of use, doing a stream doesn't do us any good. If you do want to see that, make sure to leave a like and get subscribed. Support us on Patreon, PayPal, YouTube channel members if you think we did so deserve it. But stay safe out there. Don't forget to call your loved ones. And as always, keep making awesome. Have a good one. Hey, thanks so much for watching this video, and a massive thank you goes out to all of our channel supporters whose names are listed right next to me at the $5 tier and higher. Thank you for all that you do in making these videos possible, especially these weird ones where we dive down deep rabbit holes. Right below me will be my look at the Bamboo Lab terms of service and privacy policy. One, if you like this one, that you will definitely enjoy. And next to that will be our live stream all on the Ankermake M5, sponsored by a Patreon member of ours, Russ. Thanks for what you do, Russ. We greatly appreciate it. And look forward to seeing you again, maybe at the East Coast Rap Festival. But I will see you all down in those comments and in the next one. Take care.